start this. This is going to be some Chessemplation. And I'm going to double check that it looks like I'm live. So let's see here. Yes, I am live. Awesome. Cool. Needed to double check that. Okie dokie. So, thank you for being you, and thank you for joining. Let me go ahead and put on some music for us. I just recently learned that Internet Archive has this fantastic Charlie Chaplin album. And I'm pretty sure I did a search, and I think this particular version is also in the public domain and is copyright and royalty free. Also, I happened to look at this Judicature article, and this seems to say that works from 1923 are free for all to use without permission or fee. They include films featuring Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and Harold Lloyd, books by Robert Frost, Edith Wharton, and Virginia Woolf, the Charleston Song, and more. And this is, indeed, a cause for celebration. So, let me go ahead and play some of this for you. There you go. And you should be able to hear on your end as well. But definitely let me know if that's not the case. Alright, and let's see, some other housekeeping for now is, oh yeah. So if you'd like to support me, check out my locals community. It's called Him and Ha. And my latest episode just recently dropped. In this one, I covered the hymn Revive Us Again. But I did more than provide some a cappella and instrumental covers. I also did a blog post where I gave show notes, and I have an abridged version via Rumble and a full YouTube version. So what I attempt to do in this series is go over the history behind hymns and then cover just a little bit of music theory as it comes up on the sheet music. And then last but not least, I like to look into some study tips for singing or just for academic purposes. So I would be honored if you check out that project. And furthermore, today I just created the Abyssus Abyssum Invocat server, so I encourage you to check that out and join. Let me also say here that I plan on playing some chess games. And let me go ahead and turn this down just a little bit more. Not that much. Probably about there. Okay. Alright, so I plan on playing some chess games and then going through some quotes for Contemplation. In other episodes, I might show you some quotes from certain books that I've been reading. But I don't have those episodes planned out quite yet. For right now, though, I do have some quotes from some books that I've started reading a while ago that I need to keep on reading, but I hope you'll enjoy. Now, I'm going to be playing some 1-minute chess games here. It's a lot easier on my phone, but I'll keep giving it a try on the computer, and then I'll probably shift over to 3-minute games. And we'll just go switch between chess games and contemplating quotes. If that sounds like fun, then yay, I'm glad you're with me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with a new 1-minute game, shall we? Okay, ahead here. Trying to do pre-move too. It's pretty tricky, as you can see. Okay. Yeah. This person is probably doing it on the phone. Computer is so tricky. Okay. I'm gonna go here. And there. Okay. Alright. Still doing okay on time. Gotta go faster though. Alright. Let's try going up there. Do that. Then this. Okay. That. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Just doing that. Going here. If I can actually move. Alright. Drag that over. Oh, right. It's check. Okay. Never mind that. Okay. Ooh. Right. These 1 minute games, I tell ya. Okay. This is bad. This person is doing so well. Ooh, okay. Alright. Okay. Whew, and there you have it. 1 minute games are so tricky, especially in this computer format. But I'll go ahead and try it again. Let's see. Try to go with more solid established openings. Go over there. Alright. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to refrain from pre-move for right now. It's just better that way, right? Okay. Go there. Go there. Ooh, alright. He'll take that. I'll just grab this. Then he'll go there. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Go here. Okay. Go here. All right. Okay. Let's go here. And then down here. Ooh, okay. I don't like that. He could have mated me if he just moves this rook down. Right there. Okay, now he's gonna take my queen. Or not. Okay. Alright. That ended up better than I thought it was gonna go. So typically, I'm more used to 2-hour games per side, and it's been some years since I've done tournament chess via United States Chess Federation, but I've been trying to keep up a little bit with chess.com. And so over the past couple of years, I've tried to practice more 1 minute games, partially because I feel like if I can get better at these split-second decisions in this game, maybe I can get better at split-second decisions in general. Just an idea. So far, the experiment is, I think, going pretty well. I think it's easier for me to decide on some things now without having too much mental anguish. Like Cheaty, from The Good Place. I'm a lot like that. Now, let me go ahead and try another game here. Oh, another thing that I forgot. So, as far as chess books are concerned, I recommend highly looking into Siegbert Tarasch. Siegbert Tarasch, this gentleman here, wrote a fantastic book on chess theory. It's amazing. I deeply recommend it. If we look over at his Wikipedia page, you're going to notice he was a medical doctor by profession, but he also was a brilliant chess player. And he even became, let's make this a little bit bigger, he even became called the teacher of Germany, the Preceptor Germaniae. And I think that's so cool. So I highly recommend looking into his chess book that he wrote. Another wonderful guy is Jeremy Silman. Jeremy Silman, he was the guy who, as you can see here, he helped out with the chess scene toward the end of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. He also has helped out with chess scenes in Monk, as well as Malcolm in the Middle. I only just recently saw, maybe some months ago, the Malcolm in the Middle episode, where they had on George Costanza from Seinfeld, but he was playing a different character. And so it was him and Malcolm in the park playing chess. That was a great episode. What else should I say here? Oh, right. So, something that I like about the way that he teaches chess is he talks about imbalances or differences between chess pieces. He's trying to teach you to look at the general structure of the way you form your army and trying to tell you kind of like weather predictions, trying to show you, okay, if the position looks sort of like this, then in those instances you might want to look for these sets of moves. And so he's a fantastic teacher. Of course, I was just talking about predictions. That analogy sort of falls short because this is true. He does not recommend calculation. And calculation is the sort of thing that, Alexander Alekhine would have been good at. Let's look him up super quick. Alexander Alekhine is a Russian-French chess player, and let's see here. I'm gonna look up, what's the word? Calculation. Does that come up at all? Okay, not in this, but it's true. He was brilliant when he came around to that aspect of playing chess. Anyway, all this to say, there are some good books on chess theory out there. It's a very ancient game. You've probably seen TV shows like The Queen's Gambit, and you've probably seen movies like, what was that called? Searching for Bobby Fischer was a movie that I grew up watching too. It's got folks like Ben Kingsley, who plays the part of Bruce Pandolfini. And that's an amazing film, and you should really look into the story of Josh Waitzkin. At this point, he's now well known for his martial arts practices. But anyway, what a guy. What a guy. Let's go ahead and play more chess, shall we? Okay. All right. I'm going to try not to do pre-move. Okay. Ooh, bad. Oh, see, he could have taken my knight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move over here. You'll take that. Okay, I'll go over here. Okay, then over here. What will you do? Okay, I'll go here. He'll probably... Oh, nope, he didn't. I'll go ahead and grab that. Then I'll go here. Okay. Then I'll go here. Alright. Take that. Take that. Okay, and now let's go down here. I gotta watch the time a little bit more. Okay, alright, so he went all the way over here. Maybe I can get in, take that piece. Nope, okay, alright, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and go here. Okay, so check. Alright. I'm gonna go here. So that way. There's this happening. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. Ooh. Alright. And there you have it. Good game. So if you didn't know, in the conventional chess, like 2 hours per side tournament policy, usually you shake the person's hand. In this case, I can't quite do that. I could probably do better though and message each person individually and say thank you for your game. But sometimes, especially with fast-paced games like these, folks will just be in and out, doing a quick game, quick game, quick game. So sometimes it'd be like that. Let's go ahead and try another one of these fast-paced games. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. Gonna go ahead and do that. He'll probably... Yeah. Did that. Go here. Okay. See. Okay. Do that. Take there. I won't. I'll just take that. Okay. Well, let's go here. All right. Go here. All right. Then over there. Okay. All right. He'll probably take with his rook. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm in a super vulnerable position, and okay, he didn't take the bishop, but he'll probably do that eventually. I'm gonna go here, then over here, then up there, then I'll take this. Okay. Let's go over there. Take that. Throw this over there. I could do that. And Oi, okay. My rating is dropping. Wait. Okay. So now to save this rating just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to 3-minute games. Okay. So head over there to play new game. And I'll adjust this. Okay, so I've been playing some Charlie Chaplin music, which is epic. I love it. But I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to play some lo-fi. Some of you were probably wondering, is he ever going to play lo-fi? Yes. But let's go ahead and backtrack. Not that one. Yeah, there we go. And let's do a 3-minute game, shall we? You'll notice that my rating on this is lower, partly because I've done less games in this app that are 3 minutes long. Okay, so I'm trying to expand my territory a bit. He was wanting to take that, and he will. I'm going to go here. Then there. Probably go over here. Okay. Then I'll crawl up a little bit. See, this would be a good place to put his knight. And he'll probably end up going there. I'm gonna move here. Oh, okay. Can I move this here? So he's gonna try attacking where I'm castled, and I'm gonna do the same thing for his end. Now, his bishop's vulnerable. There were a few solutions to that, but he chose this one. Or she. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna just grab that rook. Okay, and then you went there. So I'll take that. That's fine. I'll go here. Then I'll go here. Ooh. Okay. He could go there. Yeah. Now, I can go check, which delays things a bit. Then let's do that. And then I'll move this out of harm's way. Okay. All right. A little bit better for my computer situation. Thank you. Ooh, and I guess I did. It had a notification for whatever opening that I did. Some chess players talk a lot about openings and playing according to specific openings, and I do that every now and then. I would also recommend, let's see, Lev Albert chess books. Lev Albert has done some interesting work in that area. Let's see, I'm gonna zoom in on some images here. So one particular book that I'm thinking about is Chess Openings for White Explained. So that's by Lev Albert and a few other folks. There's also, they did a companion book for Chess Openings for Black. Let's see if I can zoom in there a bit. Chess Openings for Black explained. So both of these books are epic in that they go through, like, think of 100 different opening titles, generic, and what they'll do is they'll not only talk about those generic moves, but they'll also give you some variations on how that might play out. Now, this is great for study purposes, and it's also great if you happen to have sort of photographic memory. But in my case, most of the time, this is why I mentioned Jeremy Silman's way of teaching chess. I find that his mode works really well for me most of the time. I'm going to turn that down just a bit. All right, so with that having been said, and I'm 30 minutes into the episode roughly, and I still haven't brought up a quote. So let's go ahead and jump to a quote, shall we? So, luckily, I happened to create this note a while ago, and I'm going to use it right now. Let me go ahead and introduce you to this. This here is called Quotes for Facebook Fun. Okay. And I actually did post this to Facebook last year at some point. It's buried down in the timeline. And so it started with notes. And I highly recommend back up your notes with iCloud if you're a heavy note taker. So let me go ahead and just go with the first quote that I had here. So Charles Spurgeon was one of those figures during the second, or some people would say the third Great Awakening, who was not only a very gifted preacher, but he would write out his sermons verbatim. And I think that's super neat. Oh, gotta sign in again. Oi. Let's go ahead and do that. This, that. This is an interesting beat. I like the chords too. Okay, so let's go back to notes. It decided to get out of that. So I'll work with that. All right, we're back. Okay. So Charles Spurgeon was talking about him. There's actually, if you go to, let's see, so there's the Spurgeon Library, and I have this particular sermon highlighted because I think it was genius. I love that. I'm not sure if this is too loud or not, but I'll go ahead and turn it down just a bit. Cool. Yay. All right. So we should be still going strong. So that's good. I'm just waiting for the comments to come in if somebody has some things to say. Right, so Charles Spurgeon, great preacher. He most often taught at the Metropolitan Tabernacle. And one thing I love about him is he wrote out his sermons verbatim. Another interesting factoid is he insisted on a cappella singing. He was one of those guys that was like, if Gandalf is going, "You shall not pass," well, Spurgeon is going, "You shall not pass," with musical instruments. He was like, we've got enough spirit here. We don't need no man-made instruments. Anyway, so I believe the quote that I'm about to read comes from this very sermon here. As we breathe without ceasing, so must we pray without ceasing. As there is no attainment in life of health or of strength or of muscular vigor which can place a man beyond the necessity of breathing, so no condition of spiritual growth or advance in grace will allow a man to dispense with prayer. So, to some degree, I love this quote not only because it's poetically put, but because it makes a direct analogy to breath. Have you ever been to the parts of YouTube where they show free divers and people who go down way into the depths without snorkel gear? Or even if you've seen people with scuba gear too, that's fine. Either way, though, what's impressive is that trains you to appreciate your breath in ways that you would never appreciate it here in level ground. Or maybe you've gone to, close analogy, maybe you've gone to a roller coaster and you've felt the ups and downs, and you start feeling a whole new sense of appreciation for the sense of stillness, the sense of gravity, of feeling rather safely in place. Similar idea. Or if you're into hiking and backpacking too, which I am as well, then this is probably an experience that you've come across as well. When you're up high on some mountain peak where it's a little bit harder to breathe, you start growing a little bit more appreciative for the air that is around you constantly. Now, I did that whole little talk on breath because it's part of this analogy, and I think he was spot on. Prayer. If you think about prayer, do you think about, say, something that you do 3 times a day, or 1 time a day, or some number of times? Perhaps you've grown up more around a tradition, say in Christianity, which emphasizes some set of written prayers. Prayers from past saints, or from some more modern catechism-y books. Or perhaps you've come from a tradition where that isn't so much emphasized as spontaneous prayer. In either case, you may possibly have grown up with an idea of a regimen for prayer. And so that's why I began with the example of maybe you've grown up with prayer for 3 times a day, which correspond with the 3 main meal times that most people probably do: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you may be anywhere on the spectrum there, from longer prayers to shorter prayers. So I'm not sure where you're coming from. But what I want to encourage you to think about is that prayer and this seems to be the case even if we look at some Hindu and Buddhist traditions as well, say. But I'm going to focus in on Christianity. It seems to be the case that when you look more into the depths of things, prayer is it's a way of living, of sleeping, of eating and drinking. It is a way of playing and performing, doing anything, basically. In other words, prayer is a form of worship. And if you think about that, well, worship, I'm going to argue, at its root, is supposed to affect every sphere, every dimension, every nook and cranny of your life. If, say, you're a Christian. And I'm not Roman Catholic, but actually there are some very brilliant articles on this topic. So let me go ahead and let's see, what is the particular article I'm thinking about? I think it was Catholic Answers that had they had this tract on the word worship, and I think they make some really good points here. They begin by saying that the word worship has undergone a change in meaning in English. It comes from the Old English worthsip, or something like that, weothsip, which means the condition of being worthy of honor, respect, or dignity. To worship in the older, larger sense is to ascribe honor, worth, excellence to someone, whether sage, magistrate, or god. For many centuries, the term worship simply meant showing respect or honor, and an example of this usage survives in contemporary English. British subjects refer to their magistrates as your worship, although we Americans would say your honor. Do you think about that? This doesn't mean that British subjects worship their magistrates as gods, but it does mean they are giving them the honor appropriate to their office, not the honor appropriate to God. Outside of this example, however, the English term worship has been narrowed in scope to indicate only that supreme form of honor, reverence, and respect that is due to God. So this can lead to confusion when people who are familiar only with use of words in their own day and their own circles encounter material written in other times and in other places. So they go on to talk, I like this threefold frame of worship and prayer that they talk about. Up here in the Latria realm, that is for God alone. That is the tippy top. There is no higher. That is capital W worship and prayer. That's where that goes. And then they would also, Roman Catholics would say that hyperdulia is the respect due to Mary, the mother of Jesus, the Christ. And then down here, you would have dulia, which would be the respect due to, say, magistrates or police officers or maybe peaceful protest leaders or your elders in society. This is the realm of dulia. That's dulia respect, worship. And then, again, I'm just saying I like this threefold perspective on approaching the term worship and approaching the term prayer. So now that's quote one out of several. And let's go ahead and do another chess game, shall we? And I'm going to go ahead and just double check that. Double check if anybody's messaged me. Or at least I'm supposed to see messages here. So if that's not happening, then I'm sorry if I'm not seeing your comments. Okay. Ooh, okay. I've got one watcher. Nice. Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you for being you, and thank you for watching. Good to see you. Okay, so we're going back to the chess, and after 30 minutes, I just recently did a little bit of contemplation. I've been going through some quotes. Well, I just finished the first quote out of several that I've recorded back in this June 12th of 2022 note. But back to the chess, shall we? And I'm going to go ahead and switch from here back to Charlie Chaplin. I love this playlist. This is epic. Okay, so let me go ahead and do a new game. All right. Cool. Boom. Goes the dynamite. All right. What you gonna do? Okay, bishop. All right. Let's move this here. I'm thinking about moving my bishop to d6, but we'll see. Okay, so good thing I didn't move my bishop to d6. Okay. So, da-ba-ba-bum. By the way, I hope y'all are having a great night. And if y'all have any comments for the good of the cause, then I will do my best to keep looking at the chat. Okay, so got me a little queen action here. Yeah. Okay. So that's fun. Okay. So just got checked, and now this person's probably gonna want to zoom in on this side of the board because my king is very unprotected right now. Let's see what this person does though. Okay, does the knight there. So let me go ahead and go here. I have an ulterior motive. I'm wanting to see if he'll castle. If he doesn't, I can just move my rook right here. Oh, he castled. Okay. All right. We'll work with that. I'll still move my rook over here, because that will threaten the queen. And then, so that could very well happen. What I want to do is safely scooch my king back over here, because then I'll be safer. Okay, so that is a good move. That is a very good move. But I'm wanting to move there, so that way he or she could take that piece, and did. So let me go ahead and reply in kind, and then what shall happen next? Ah, oh, Charlie Chaplin. Goodness. I haven't seen that many Charlie Chaplin films, But that is a good realm for music, I find. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go here. Take this. Rook takes. Let's trade down. He'll probably take there. Maybe. Okay. Went there instead, so I'll parry, to use video game speak. I've been playing a lot of God of War on the PS5 lately. I did not see myself becoming a fan of that game, but lo and behold, here I am. This track from Charlie Chaplin is also reminding me a lot of Ratatouille. No, I don't want to do that. I want to take this. Oh, okay. And I'm going to double check the comments here. Ooh. Okay. Nice. So, yes. I'm going to reply. Thanks for your comment. Yes, there are great playlists out there. It looks like. Cool. Yeah, so to go over that again, yeah, Internet Archive, they have a ton of cool things. I've lately been trying to focus more on, you'll see I have an account. I've been trying to archive some pages that I come across that I like. Just make sure I'm one of those extra people that's saving this little bit of the internet for posterity or for personal reference. But at any rate, yeah, they have a huge catalog of royalty-free and copyright-free music, it looks like. Of course, everybody's tastes are probably going to be a little bit different, and so I'm trying to show a little bit of my eclectic side, going from Charlie Chaplin to lo-fi. Yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff. And actually, this seems like a good juncture to do. Let me go ahead and do another quote. Okay. Ooh, it's like polka. Okay. So, Arnobius was an African, if memory serves correctly. Let's go ahead and just double check that. Arnobius. Yes. Arnobius. So he was a Numidian rhetorician in Tunisia, a major Christian center in proconsular Africa. Yeah. Now, I didn't tune into this before, but this is interesting. He owed his conversion to a premonitory dream. But then he writes dismissively of dreams in his surviving book. So that's another thing too. Jerome was quite a guy. If you're looking for a big, thick volume on church history, Jerome's your dude. But yeah, Arnobius, he was quite a guy in and of himself. Yes, he was a Roman citizen, but he operated in Africa. And he was quite a guy, like I said. So this is a quote from, and I actually have a few because I've grown to like this guy a lot. Arnobius, he wrote this book called Against the Heathen, and that might sound strong, But I think if you were to talk to him in person, it would sound probably a lot less abrasive than it probably sounds now. Anyway, I don't mean to sugarcoat or whitewash the past. In his case, I think it would probably sound a little bit on the more nuanced and softer side. But from book 1 in chapter 58, his objection and response number 2, he had this quote, and I found this. You can find this actually in the public domain via newadvent.org or Christian Classics at the Real Library. They're both free, fantastic sites. Anyway, he is responding to this objection, and the objection goes, but the language is mean and vulgar. So somebody is saying something about, oh, that person's language is... Well, not they don't have all their tools in the tool shed. Their brain ain't in the highest place, ain't it? So that's what he's responding to here. But he says, for truth never seeks deceitful polish, nor in that which is well ascertained and certain does it allow itself to be led away into excessive prolixity. That's another word for being verbose or being long-winded. Then he goes on to say that syllogisms, enthymemes, definitions, and all those ornaments by which men seek to establish their statements aid those groping for the truth. So I'm going to pause here and say, if you're one of those people who've gone into theology and philosophy debate spaces in YouTube, then you're going to see a lot of people focusing on defining your terms. You got to have a good definition. And those who are more into logic and epistemology, which is sort of like if you have a shelf or a lot of shelves, like say your brain is a Costco warehouse. Well, how would you organize this item of knowledge from that item of knowledge? Which gets placed farther apart so it's harder to reach, and which gets more foundational that you can actually reach a little bit easier? So epistemology concerns that area of thinking. And in that area of thinking, syllogisms are huge, usually. But what Arnobius is saying is, he's saying, okay, those are fine. They have their place. But these do not clearly mark its great features. Sorry, we just don't. He who really knows the subject under discussion neither defines, nor deduces, nor seeks the other tricks of words by which an audience is wont to be taken in, and to be beguiled into a forced assent to a proposition. So here's another analogy that I like. If you've grown up in a house where you put up a Christmas tree, regardless of whether you celebrate Christmas more or less religiously or not, well, you probably have fun decorating the tree. And so if you have fun placing ornaments around a Christmas tree, given that there's a tree, of course, and ornaments, well, the tree is the true great feature of arguments. And the ornaments accentuate or amplify the beauty of the tree, of the gist of an argument. So, imagine trying to do ornaments without a foundational tree. Or imagine doing syllogisms and enthymemes and definitions without having your basic underlying structure for if you've seen the movie Walter Mitty, at least the version with Ben Stiller. Let me go pull that up right now. Walter Mitty, Ben Stiller, Rotten Tomatoes. So, Secret Life of Walter Mitty doesn't have the highest rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but I think it's a pretty good movie. And in it, there's one part, well, it's actually a motif, but the motif is, what is the essence of this last article that this company is going to be able to publish before it closes? At least before the online office is the only thing to this publication company. And so when I read that quote from Arnobius, I also think about this movie, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. You want your quintessence for your arguments before you even get to all the definitions and all that other mapping. You want it, or yeah, just think about maps. You want the territory before you have the map, right? You want Earth to exist before you have Waze or Google Maps, right? Same sort of idea. So that's another quote for us, and I'm gonna head back into the chess realm, but let me go ahead and check the messages here. Do they also have sheet music, as in Internet Archive? And you recently discovered the Petrucci Music Library. So, yes, I believe they do. I would also highly recommend IMSLP, and I'll give you a link to that. Go ahead and do IMSLP. Ba-bum. So this is the International Music Score Library Project, and they give a lot of free music, just so long as you are particular with what you would like to see. And yeah. Oh, yep, that's true. It does say Petrucci. I should have known that. Goodness gracious. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Right in the subtitle. IMSLP is the Petrucci Music Library. Oh well. I'll go ahead and just share this. Oh, but this is for everybody too. I want everybody to be able to see this stuff. So IMSLP. Went ahead and typed it out there. Alright, cool. So, sweet. So let's go back to the chess games, shall we? And I hope you're having a fun time, Doppio. Let me know if you have any royalty-free and copyright-free music recommendations, and I will try to accommodate. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another chess game here. Usually it's good to just develop your center as best as you can. Sometimes in these blitz games, you can get ahead by doing really weird moves. And I've been experimenting around with that. But it's definitely the riskier way to go. Okay, gonna do that. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Okay, so you're gonna do that. Probably would put the rook there. Yeah. I'm gonna go move my king. Ba-ba-bum. Gonna move my pawn. Okay. So, alright, gonna do that. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being you. I don't think that can be said enough, which is why I make a point of saying it as much as I can. Boy, I do not like this. No. Oi. Ha ha ha. Cool. So, takes there. Going here. I'd probably do the rook there. Because that would be really bad for me. Okay, but he went one space over. So, I'll have a little bit of mercy before I die. In shame. Okay. Okay. Going for this kill, probably. Yep. Yep. Just what I thought. Okay. Alright, let's try it again. I'm gonna go even tighter. I like closed positions more in general. Okay. Alright, so... yeah, no. Let's just go here. Alright. I'll do that. Take. Good. Okay. Cool. Alright. And then let's go ahead and go here. I'm gonna stick this over on the side. And then do that. We'll do that. I'll go here. Yep. And bring back that bishop. Okay. And here's where I go. There. You'll take. Now, I'm gonna go here. Okay. Castle queenside. If he doesn't take, I might go here. Because I do not want that queen to stick around. Okay. So now it's probably high time for me to open up just a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay. Alright. Now go up here. If I have time, I'll just go here so that rook can get nervous. Or not. I'll do this. Okay. Then I'll go there. And, okay. Yay. Alright. Let me double check messages here. Bum, 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 bum. Cool. Oh, I guess it just refreshed. Alright. Well, anyway, let me go ahead and keep plugging away. Okay. I'll try E4 this time. D4. Knight. Do that. Okay. Boom. I'll do this. That way it'll protect this and that at the same time. I'll do this. Try to remove that defender. I'm not bothered. But I'll go here instead. I'm not bothered is a quote from a David Tennant and Catherine Tate sketch. It was done for something that British folks typically do. I think it's called Red Nose Tay or something. And this particular comedy sketch was Doctor Who themed because David Tennant is the 10th incarnation of Doctor Who. And also soon to be the 14th. Okay. So go ahead and do this. And then that. Okay. And then let's just go here. And there. And there. So, good thing that I still have my queen guarding that rook. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. That's fair. Let's go here. Probably. Ooh. No. You didn't. I was expecting either one of those moves there. I'll go ahead and go here. I do not want to trade at this time in that manner. No, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and move down here. Okay. Pawn. All right. Take this. Move this here. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna try to use whatever resources I have left. And whatever time I have left too. Okay. So I'll go ahead and guard this. If he goes there, then he can eventually move to D4. Or he can do what he just did there. That's also legit. Okay. And this is where I take this. Okay. And then I want to regroup a little bit. Do this. That way I'm still protecting this pawn. And then let's go ahead and go up here. Yeah. I'll go here. Oh, but I should have taken... Yeah, my bad. Blitz. It's the Blitz life. Okay. I basically lost that game. So, yeah, this is why we practice more. Yep. Okay. Cool. Check. Here. Thinking of moving my knight. Yes. Okay. Okay. Here. Doubling back, I should have known that IMSLP is the Petrucci Music Library, because before getting my bachelor's in literature and writing studies, I was a music major, and I got a music AA. And I've been to that website. I can't count how many times. So, yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, I'll take that trade. Now, you could take that. Exactly. And I could have moved my king. I could still... Oh, nope. So I should be... Yes, I can castle. Okay. Alright. It's not that bad. So, okay, he goes there. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. The possibilities. Okay, so... I'm gonna go ahead and go there. I'm just gonna mask this bishop's point, because eventually I want to go here and maybe do a surprise bishop and rook thingamajig. If I got the time for it. And that's always a gamble. Go there. Sure. Okay. Ooh, even better. I'll just line up the ducks in a row. 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay. You can take that. Sure. And then I'll go ahead and move this back here while I'm still over there. Okay. So, go ahead and check him. Move that there. Want to try to keep him as busy as possible. As many points of attack. Check. Here. Then there. Sure. Check. Cool. Do this. Yes, I know. Let's check. And this way I can go here. He'll still go there. I'll move up. Okay. And then check. Okay. I'll trade down. Yep. Yep. You can go up here. Or not. Well, okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and check again. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright. And then I'm pausing the Charlie Chaplin, and I'm going to go instead back to lo-fi. So here we go. What's some lo-fi up for you? Alright. I haven't played this one before. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Another chess game. Here we come. And then I should probably get to another quote. Okay. Well. Okay. Go here. I'll go there. Then I'll go here. Cool. And then let me just go here. Psych. That. Then here. pin. And then... So I will just quickly correct that. Move it back a little bit there. And he's went ahead and done this check-ish. Which is nice. Maybe I can do this. I guess he can move his pawn there. Yeah, I don't want it. I'll take that. Yeah. Okay. Take that. And then he goes there. But I can go here. Okay. And then let's just backtrack here. Okay. Go here. I don't want to do that. If I moved up here, he could have just mated, which wouldn't have been cool. Of course, this isn't much better. He had his choice of rooks to take. Okay. All right. Go in there. Probably rook there. That works too. I'll just go here. Okay. Take this. Okay. Now we'll go here. He can probably support with his rook. Or he can do that. That works too. Okay. Then I'll go here. Hop over there. Okay. Ooh, this is sweet. Yeah, so now he's... Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Not bad. I like that it is a zap. That's a nice feature. And things are getting... Well, I said I liked closed positions, and this is getting very cramped for me. So, that's something. Gonna go here. Okay. You could do that. I'll take here. Yeah. Okay. I am doomed. All right. Okay. Cool. And I'll just try to... Yeah. There we go. Well, for not having played 1,300 games via chess.com that much, I've been focusing on 1 minute games. This is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. Yeah. This track is very restful. If I go here, I can stick around for a while longer. Then I'll slide up here. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Take this. Give him some options. Yeah. Take this. Queen can take. I'll go ahead and go here. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and slide over here. Just do a little moon dance over there. Okay. And I'll do this. Of course. But what if I pin you? Okay. He could go there. That would not be fun. That would so not be fun. Ooh, okay. So he does that. I'm just gonna go here. Go here. All right. Yep. I go here. Right. And then mate. Okay. Or no, not yet. That was premature of me. There's mate. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, Weston. Get sharper. I'm gonna go a little bit more wild this game. Best outcome probably would be if I go here. But then, of course, you could do that, try to remove the defender, sort of thing. If I go right here, he'll take. Then, if I do this, ooh, that looks like a nice move for him. Ish. Because then I could go queen up to there. Okay. So he goes there instead. Still a bit nerve-wracking. Okay, go here. Now, he has the choice of taking my rook, which he or she does not do, but instead does that. I'm going to go here. This is still quite dire, because pawn, or, oh, okay, do that. Okay. Okay. So he'll probably take my bishop at any second now. Yep. Okay. Check. Okay. And now I will move here. Yep. Cool. Now he can move his knight and has that nice check, which he doesn't do at this point. All right, I respect it. I respect that. I'm gonna go. I'm trying to move somewhere where his knight won't be able to just move back and take the rook. No, I don't want to trade down yet. Cool. Nope. Take that. Do that. Check. I can move here. He'll probably, or not. Okay. I was gonna say he could check me and then do all manner of mischief. But at this point, yep, I'll just move my king, because that's all I can do. And of course, he'll probably be going for one of the typical, yeah, this is how you do it. Yeah. Cool. All right. Sweet. And now let's do some 1 minutes, shall we? And I'll switch back to Charlie Chaplin. Let's go ahead and do the real Chaplin, a symphonic adventure. Topio said, "There it is." Exactly. Yeah. There it is. It's one of those phrases that works for loads of things. It's like there's the meme of and so the time has come and so it has come to this. That's a meme. It's an epic mic drop. It's always true. It's fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna play another quick game. But this one is going to be 1 minute instead of 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's go here. There. All right. Take that. I'll go here. He desperately wants to do that or something like it. I can feel it in the air. So I'll get out of that. I'll also put this over to the side for the moment. Okay. And then he'll do that. I'll go here. Yep. Let's go there. Take. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, gotta be faster. And then I'll do another quote and probably wrap it up by 12 a.m. or so. Somewhere around there. Okay, so fast. Okay. 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 Go over there. Okay. Now I'll go hop over there. Okay. Check. All right. I'll go ahead and do this for time. And then, yep, here, there. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Yep. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. So, let me go ahead and share another quote. So, this one is going to come from... I got to reload iCloud every time, I guess. Huh. I guess I could also try searching for it via here, but my search bar has been broken, sort of, lately. So, quotes. Okay, came up. All right, so actually, I'll give you two. I'll give you two quotes. These are also from Mr. Arnobius. So, in Book 2, Chapter 11 of Against the Heathen, he writes, "But what has that to do with the case? Do entymemes, syllogisms, and other such things assure us that these men know what is true? Or are they therefore such that credence should necessarily be given to them with regard to very obscure subjects? A comparison of persons must be decided, not by vigor of eloquence, but by the excellence of the works which they have done. He must not be called a good teacher who has expressed himself clearly, but he who accompanies his promises with the guarantee of divine works." So, when Arnobius thinks about who a good teacher is, he's saying it's not somebody necessarily who has all the right words, but somebody who has all of the right intentions and the right follow-through. So, in other words, this is what they were talking about when I was doing a lot more bowling back at the bowling alley in San Marcos in California. During high school, I was part of a team, and we would do bowling every now and then. And a couple of the instructors who took me under their wing said a number of times, so the follow-through is what really counts. So rather than kind of thinking about, okay, I'm gonna walk up like this, rather than thinking, oh, okay, I'm looking down at the corner trying to see where exactly I want to make the shot. Rather than thinking about all that, they were saying, focus on the follow-through. Focus on the last movement that your arm makes. And I think that Mr. Arnobius is saying something similar. He's saying, yeah, look for Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, said this, look for the helpers. Look for the people who aren't just talking the talk, but also walking the walk. And so that's one thing I appreciate about Arnobius is he's saying you could have all of these valid logical forms written out and ready to go, but when we're looking for a good teacher, a good influencer, usually we're looking for somebody who is robust and circumspect, who is well balanced in everything that they do. And there are people who are better at this than others, and people who are worse at this than others. But yeah, I love Mr. Arnobius and the way that he thinks. From Book 2, Chapter 17, he goes on to say, and this is a slightly different quality of quote. He's saying here, but we have reason, one will say, and excel the whole race of dumb animals in understanding. I might believe that this was quite true, if all men lived rationally and wisely, never swerved aside from their duty, abstained from what is forbidden, and withheld themselves from baseness, and if no one, through folly and blindness of ignorance, demanded what is injurious and dangerous to himself. I should wish, however, to know what this reason is, through which we are more excellent than all the tribes of animals? Is it because we have made for ourselves houses by which we can avoid the cold of winter and heat of summer? What? Don't the other animals show forethought in this respect? Don't we see some build nests as dwellings for themselves in most convenient situations? Others shelter and secure themselves in rocks and lofty crags. Others burrow in the ground and prepare themselves strongholds and lairs in the pits which they have dug out. Yet, even in those things which they make with beaks and claws, we see that there are many appearances of reason and wisdom which we men are unable to copy, however much we ponder them, although we have hands to serve us dexterously in every kind of work. Every Sunday at 3, I do a piano performance for the seniors at Cypress Court. I love them all. They have fantastic stories. Slight tangent. I know one lady whose name is Jane Austen, and she remembers the day when on the wireless, on the radio, there was news of the kidnapping of Charles Lindbergh's baby. Charles Lindbergh, the great aviator. So she remembers that as if it was like yesterday. And I know another guy, Mr. Ed, who his boss was Richard Rogers. Richard Rogers of Rogers and Hammerstein. The guy's responsible for The Sound of Music, for instance. Richard Rogers was his boss. I know another guy, Mr. Darwin. And Mr. Darwin, before he passed away, he used to sit really close to me, and he would sing with me and be my guy mediating between me and the audience. So Mr. Darwin, he told me that when he was a high school teacher, he would take his students out for field trips to places like Russia, even in the midst of some political difficulties at the time. Students loved that. And he also told me that at one point he sung on the same stage as Mr. Nat King Cole. And I think that's absolutely wild. Yet another senior, I forget her name, but she's so wonderful. And whenever she comes over, I make sure to play Strangers in the Night. I just recently learned that. So, in the version which Frank Sinatra recorded of Strangers in the Night, well, he included the phrase Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And that's, I guess, what inspired some of the creators of Scooby-Doo to come out with Scooby-Doo comic, the movies and TV shows. Also, hashtag Scooby-Natural, the crossover between Supernatural and Scooby-Doo. Anyway, so here I am doing all these TV show references. But I was talking about seniors at the senior center. And before that, I was talking about this quote from Arnobius and how he was talking about human abilities versus like the abilities of animals. And he's questioning this dichotomy we sometimes hear in culture that, like, well, in previous ages, previous years, it was, oh, we have rationality, we have mind. And the animals, they don't really have mind or rationality. Some people would say, we have emotions, but the animals don't. And still others would chime in and say, well, if we're going to go down a Darwinian evolution theory and law track, then we probably will come out thinking that we are a type of animal. And we, if we bring in some trending science as of the last 100 years or so, I think it's pretty well established there too that we are, I think it's pretty well established that we are quite intimately related with not just animals, but subatomic particles, and quarks and quasars, things large and small. I've heard some people say that we are made of stardust. To some people that probably sounds depressing. To others that sounds quite amazing and poetic. But I think Arnobius, back to Arnobius, he was an example of a Christian who thought, yeah, we can learn a lot from our non-human neighbors in life. And this, of course, reminds me of, I have to stop by here. It reminds me of, oh yeah, so you probably know the Proverbs 6 phrase, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider its ways and be wise." Let's go ahead and read the New International Version here. "It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep?" A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. There's another quote that I'm reminded of, and actually, I'll pause this because I want to share this a little bit differently than the other quotes. So you might have heard about, there's the one psalm that says, "The heavens declare the glory of God." So I'm going to pull up, I'm going to go older. Let's go 1599. 1599 Geneva Bible. There's a good one. So this one, Psalm 19, but if you're reading from, say, the Latin Vulgate or some other translations, the numbering might be offset a little bit. But so here's this Psalm of David, "To him that excelleth." And he begins, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth the work of his hands. Day unto day uttereth the same, and night unto night teacheth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone forth through all the earth, and their words into the ends of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun." Now, we could get into some conversations about like young earth creationism and old earth creationism. Biologos would be an example of old earth creationism, more theistic evolution leaning, and young Earth creationism, you have people like Mr. Ken Ham and the Institute for Creation Research. So you can get into these sorts of debates. But what I want to focus in on is, well, I'm going to share a translation of this quote that I especially love. But before I do that, what I want to focus in on is the wonder and the magic and the mystery of this sort of phrasing. Even if you look at the Hebrew, and I'm not going to do that right now, but even if you look in the Hebrew, you still get the same sense that like the heavens actually do have a voice. It's not a human voice, but it scales up. Just as some animal rights activists have rightly pointed out that rationality and emotionality scale down to non-human animals who might be smaller than we are. Some of them might be larger, like elephants. But even though these scale up and down, let's focus on the up for a second. Again, outer space declares, like it's yelling out the glory of God. And the firmament shows, demonstrates, proves the work of God's hands. Also, there's a whole debate to be had as to what exactly does one mean by God. Are you picturing some dude in the sky with white hair and white beard and so on and so forth? Or something less personal, something more personal, something in between that is liminal? But let's keep moving forward. Again, the sense is that outer space is talking all the time. It even teaches knowledge if you're willing to listen. There is no lingo, no system of communication where their voice is not heard. And theoretically speaking, okay, let's maybe bracket off people who are solipsists, who contest that anything exists outside of their own mind, if even they'll grant that. Let's bracket off the solipsists and the hard problem of solipsism for right now. Let's think about, so maybe you're in some deaf community, or maybe you're in some blind community. Even if those senses aren't available to you in the same way that they might be for some other people, I think you have to wonder, does the sky actually stop disappearing? Does it stop existing if you can't sense it, if you can't perceive it? So kind of need to have those conversations on epistemology and consciousness and those sorts of things. To what extent is knowledge subjective and objective, or to what extent is knowledge interjective, more or less wavering between the two? You need to have those conversations, I think, or at least they're very helpful and exciting to me. But again, hone in on the magic of this phrase. Let's say even if you're deaf, there are going to be people who still say, yeah, but you can test that there is the sky, and you can test that there are planets, and you can do lots of experiments, and you can engage in lots of mathematical operations. And even though something may not be perceivable to you or to me, that does not therefore entail that a thing is imperceivable or unknowable in and of itself. And of course, then we could go into Aristotle and Plato. But yeah, back to this. The magic of it all. There, before I show the one translation of this, I should probably also throw out. So there's a doctrine called universal music, or musica universalis, which I agree with, and I've been writing more about it and doing more posts about it, but it's music of the spheres. Now, some formulations of it are probably more outdated because some of the science and math has become more fine-tuned, but the basic idea, I think, is very agreeable. And of course, there's a conversation to be had about the impact of Pythagoras on music theory throughout the ages. But think about this as like, so Boethius, for instance, he talks about how there is the music of artificial man-made instruments. There is also, moreover, music is grander than that. It's deeper than that. There's also the music of human societies. So if you talk about social harmony or social dissonance, well, those are musical terms, and Boethius would say, yeah, they're musical. This is a dimension of music. It's what happens when you've got families and collectives. These are musical. But you've also got the music of the spheres. You've got this cosmic music which is always happening, and the stars are singing. Everything is singing. Everything is singing, whether or not you can hear it, whether or not I can hear it. This is just, I believe it's true. And there are some developments in astrophysics and quantum physics where people have been recording the vibrations of planets very far away from us. And yeah, they do vibrate. Light vibrates. Sound waves, light waves, everything's vibrating more or less like a guitar string or a piano string, or even just a single syllable or a single letter that I say, there's vibration there. So I don't think it's just poetic. I think it's also very testable. Go out and test this. The world is musical. Or, as this book has said, the world is sound. This is by Joachim Ernst Berendt. Music in the Landscape of Consciousness. Anyway, that's a very fun book. So, there's a lot. My goodness, I'm getting so excited right now just thinking about this. I guess one more pit stop before I end this episode. So Richard Beck is a psychology professor at Abilene Christian University, and he writes I've been following him for some years now, and he writes some very, very intriguing articles. And he's a very sharp thinker. One thing that I wanted to share super quick, and I'll be sharing more of this later too, I'm sure, is he's got a post on the ontological epistemological shift. And I'm just going to read just a little bit of that. So, yeah, this is part of a series on the Enchanted imagination. He writes this. Since the publication of Hunting Magic Eels, I've continued to ponder the contrast between enchantment and disenchantment. Specifically, how does enchantment perceive and approach the world differently from a disenchanted perspective? In Hunting Magic Eels, I argue that much of the contrast is due to attention. If so, where is attention being directed in the enchanted versus disenchanted experience? In this series, I'd like to set out some of those contrasts. To start, let me describe today what I'll call the ontological epistemological shift. The common story you hear about the scientific revolution is that it ended the era of enchantment. And while that's true, at least for many modern people, it leaves a huge question unanswered. Specifically, why did science have this effect? Many things could be talked about here, and perhaps the most discussed issue is how science disputed literal readings of the Bible, calling its sacred infallibility into question. Once a hole was picked in the Bible, a Pandora's box of unbelief and skepticism was opened. All the effort put into creation science by fundamentalist Christians is an attempt to close that Pandora's box. A related issue, which I'll talk more about in this series, is the one which I highlight in Hunting Magic Eels, how science, especially Newtonian mechanics, changed the way we perceive about the cosmos. Discovering the inviolate and universal laws of nature caused us to imagine the cosmos as a deterministic machine, ticking along a mechanical watch. The laws of nature made the universe seem sufficient unto itself, putting the intimate providence of God at a remove. So theism gave way to deism, which opened the path to atheism. Now, I'll pause him here to say that Dr. Tim McGrew has an excellent series on via Oxford. They have a series on the deist controversy, and he's got a great series there. Says essentially the same thing. So, back to Richard Beck, Dr. Richard Beck. All this is true and has been widely discussed. But today I'd like to highlight a different sort of attentional shift caused by science that facilitated disenchantment. Prior to the scientific revolution, ontology was a source of philosophical and theological contemplation. Being itself was a question to ponder. Existence itself was a source of wonderment and awe. The fundamental question of ontology, why is there something rather than nothing, kept philosophers and theologians busy. But with the onset of the scientific revolution, philosophy turned away from ontology to epistemology, turned away from being to knowledge. The mystery of existence was set aside to consider issues of justification and proof. Plato declared that philosophy begins with wonder, and much of that wonder was the shock of existence itself. Not anymore. Modern philosophy doesn't concern itself with ontological wonder. The question, why is there something rather than nothing, is marginalized. It's too childlike. Pat the child on the head. A non-starter beyond the bounds of serious modern scholarship. But as Joker says, why so serious? Modern philosophy is concerned with epistemology. What can we prove, know, justify, and verify? Science turned our attention away from the mystery of being and being itself to the issues of justification, knowledge, and proof. Science caused philosophy to become empirical, concerned with justifying claims about beings, material objects within the universe, than about the source of being itself. And in so doing, philosophy turned away from ontological wonder. Disenchantment flows out of an intentional focus upon the justification of empirical claims about objects within the universe. Like this Pints with Aquinas mug. Oh yeah. I don't actually use that mug for... It's technically beer stein. I don't use it for beer. I use it for coffee and tea and hot chocolate. But anyway, great. I love Mr. Matt Frad. He's great. And hashtag Pints with Aquinas has a lo-fi channel. I think it's lo-fi with Aquinas or something like that. Epic. Back to this, though. Science caused philosophy to become empirical, concerned with justifying claims about whether or not this exists. This mug, this beer stein. Rather than being in awe and wonder about the source of being itself. What drives? What's the battery? Where does all of this come from? Every second. In so doing, philosophy turned away from ontological wonder. Disenchantment flows out of an intentional focus upon the justification of empirical claims about objects within the universe. That is to say, disenchantment brackets questions of ontology to focus on epistemology, mostly the claims of science. Enchantment, by contrast, is ontological wonder, experiencing the halo of awe and the corona of mystery that crackles around the dark shadow of science. Enchantment is ontological attention to the source of being. So, brilliant series, brilliant article, brilliant guy. I am proud that he is from the same Church of Christ tradition as I am. But, yeah, it's 12:13 a.m. And I said I was going to finish at 12. And I'm getting low on battery. So let me go ahead and backtrack to Psalm 19, where I was at, and show a musical translation of this verse. And I'll end the stream pretty soon after that. So the heavens are telling the glory of God. YouTube. I hope I should get away with this for right now. I'm still a small channel. This is Haydn, by the way. I love this. Take a listen. And let's also go... Three, four. Going faster. Displace the firmament. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh yeah. So fun thing. He now Uriel, Raphael, and the other guy. Those are angels. And if you're familiar with some Jewish intertestamental literature or some Christian post-testamental literature, or just shows like Supernatural, then you'll have definitely heard of angels like Uriel and Raphael. They also, the Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of their names is Raphael, I think. The night that is gone to following night. The night that is gone to following night. Displays the firmament. Displays the firmament. There we go. In all the lands resounds the word. Everyone perceived it, everyone understood. Heaven understood. In all the lands resounds a word. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Go strong. Wait. Go for it. Hold that out. Back to it. The wonder of His word displays the firmament. Displays the firmament. The wonder of His word. The wonder of His word displays the firmament. Displays the firmament. The wonder of His word displays the firmament. That out. Drama. And there you have that. Okay, so I have 10% remaining-ish, and I should probably stop this stream. And I need to anyway, because my setup, you're seeing the stream cam, but that's taking up the charging port spot. So in the extension even, I need to get a better extension. So anyway, so I just finished the contemplation heavy portion of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this weird, strange stream, and I hope you'll all have a good night. Thank you for being you. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I have got to stop this stream. So let me go ahead and stop streaming. Check y'all later.